All righty. So we will go ahead and get started. And in the lesson today, we're going to really get our shoulders all loosey goosey. We're going to explore our warrior pose a little bit more. So just sort of think about spreading the shoulders out, stacking the shoulders, opening the heart. Oh, and keep an eye on this one, by the way. She has destroyed a house plant this morning. She seems to be just looking for stuff to get into. So don't be surprised if she wreaks havoc in some way. I won't let her outside, and she's punishing me. But anyway, so your shoulders should feel really good. You should feel a little more confident in your warrior poses, and it'll be fun. And we'll do it together. So we'll begin with our brief meditation. So go ahead and get comfortable and find your seated position. Maybe wiggle around a little. You don't have to be a statue. It's not like you sit down and like immediately your mind clears. That's not realistic. So let's just start by noticing we have a body. Notice anything that reminds you you have a body. Maybe the temperature on your skin. Maybe you notice your sit bones on the ground. Maybe you're noticing the rise and fall of your whole torso as you breathe. Whatever it is, just take a couple moments to notice it. Awesome. And let's take a few big breaths together. So breathe in through the nose, get nice and tall. And open the mouth. Let the breath just fall out. Inhale through the nose. Let the breath go to the belly. And exhale. Let your whole face get soft. One more big inhale. See if you can stack your heart over your pelvis, your head over your heart. And exhale, let those shoulders drop, unclench that jaw. Let the breath just pour back in naturally and fall back out. And for the next few breaths, just notice the whole torso. Notice the movement, notice the ribs expanding, notice the belly moving, notice the chest moving. And you don't have to do anything. All you have to do is notice it. It's a miracle that this happens just automatically. You don't have to change it. You don't have to judge it. And this whole movement keeps you alive. Happens every day, all the time. Wonderful. We'll do a little breathing exercise here. So go ahead and let all your air out. Pull your belly button to your spine. Keep those shoulders relaxed. And we'll begin to breathe in from the low belly, the torso, and the chest. And then let it all go. Breathe in from the low belly, the center part, and the chest. And let it all go. Unclench that jaw, low belly, center part, and chest. Let it all go. One last time, low belly, center, chest. Hold just for a moment here. See if your shoulders can soften. See if your face can get extra soft. One more moment. Great, and release. Beautiful. So begin to bring your attention to the back of your body, from the hips to the crown of the head. So, a nice little mental scan. Notice the front of the body. See what sort of mental, I guess, take your mental temperature is what I like to say. To just see the general feeling tone of what you are experiencing today. You don't have to put a name to it or label it. You just notice it, no judgment. It's just knowing what you're working with today. And bring your attention to your hands, your pinkies, ring fingers, middle, your pointers, and your thumbs, the palms of both hands. Great. And on your next inhale, let's bring those arms up and overhead. You don't have to interlace your fingers today, but maybe blink your eyes open and look between the hands. Let the chin lift, let the jaw be soft. Great. And as you're doing this, let the shoulders sort of melt down away from the ears. The hands will get a little further apart, more likely than not. Low belly breaths. Keep breathing here. Great. And as you exhale, bring the hands behind you. Fingertips are going to face the booty. If you have a block or pillow, toss it away. Great. Engage those fingers. We're going to bring the knees up. Perfect. So from the side, it'll look like this. You'll sort of roll the shoulders back, bring the sternum towards the sky, let the chin lift. Let that jaw be soft. If your mouth hangs open gently, that's okay. Gently shake the head no. Lift the heart. Maybe roll the upper arms away from each other gently. Great. On your exhale, we're going to come back up and you'll cross your legs the other way. So it'll feel like the goofy way because it's not your go to. If you're like, I don't know which one, cross them. And if it feels goofy, that's probably the side. Great. So we'll place our hands on our knees and just do a couple seated cats and cows here. So inhale, bring the chin up, roll the shoulders back, lift the heart. And exhale, roll the shoulders forward, hold on to the knees. If you want to wiggle a little bit, that's okay. Great. Find your own rhythm here. I like to keep my eyes closed at this point, just beginning my practice, kind of tuning into what I'm feeling. And the great thing about an online class is you can make your breath as audible as you want to. So if you suddenly want to do a big or just be like grunt, that's what my cat and my dog are. They grunt a lot. And I'm like, I should probably learn from you guys. Great. One more round. Great. Back to neutral. And keep that spine nice and tall. Keep the shoulders nice and dropped. And we'll do some neck rolls here. So we'll bring the chin to the chest, let the shoulders drop down, let the jaw be soft. And just let that left ear roll to the left shoulder, keeping that right shoulder drop. Great. Roll the chin towards the sky. And notice the bottom row of teeth here. Allow that to be soft. Great. Right ear to right shoulder. Are you breathing? Left shoulder drops down. Great. Chin rolls to the chest. Great. Opposite direction. Right ear to right shoulder. Chin to the sky. Let the bottom row of teeth get really relaxed. Let the throat soften. Great. Left ear to left shoulder. Let that right shoulder drop down. And chin to chest. Perfect. Great. We'll bring the head back to neutral here. We'll bring the feet back up. Great. You may want to turn sideways on your mat if you're not already. And go ahead and I like to make a big movement here to just make sure that my chest is open. But I'm going to engage my fingers, pointing my booty here, and lift my heart, lift my chin. So we're doing this again, but the difference is this time you can, if you don't want to do it, don't worry about it. But you can let your knees flop side to side. So just really gently windshield wiper and just notice the effect that has on your shoulders. Exhaling as they flop, inhaling as they come up. So not like super fast windshield wipers. We're not in a storm here. Maybe there's a light drizzle. Make sure you're breathing. Great. One more round. Lift that chin, lift the heart. Mine tried to sneak its way to neutral. Great. And we'll come back to having our knees up. Go ahead and bring your head back to neutral. Shake it out if you need to. And this is where I get sneaky, guys. You may love or hate me for this, but we're going to lift the feet, lift the hands for boat pose. See if your knees can get close together. See if your feet can touch, almost like you have vice grips keeping them together. Proud heart. And notice that my shins are fairly parallel with the ground here. Awesome. Keep breathing. And we're going to lower our boat about halfway. Straighten the legs a little bit more. It is so hard to talk like this. Keep those legs together. Keep breathing. See if you can engage that low belly a little bit more. Keep it sort of great. Lower a little bit more. Maybe look at your toes. If you're shaking, you're doing it right, probably. In 5, 4, lower a little bit more. 3, 2, and 1, all the way down. Oh my gosh. Let's just breathe for a second here. Let the breath fill the belly. Notice your heartbeat. Notice that whole torso just moving. See, the breath just comes back naturally. Isn't that crazy? We always hold our breaths, but really it wants to happen. So we're going to flip over on our bellies now. Wee. Awesome. And we'll place our hands underneath our shoulders. Let the feet stay on the ground. Let the pelvis stay on the ground. Keep the elbows close to you. And we're going to gently use the back to peel the chest up and then press into the hands a little bit. So baby cobra here. So the back is engaged. The back is actually keeping the shoulders back. Good posture stuff. See if you can pull those shoulders away from the ears just slightly. Shake your head, move around, breathe. And on an exhale, we're going to come into an extended child's pose. Great. Inhale, up dog, cobra, baby cobra, whatever you want. And then exhale, extended. So find your groove here, coming back and forth between extended child's pose and whatever kind of little back bend at the top of the mat that you prefer. Try to keep your elbows close to you this whole time. So anytime your arms bend, try not to bend them away, try to bend them towards your body. If you're like, how do I do that? The eyes of your elbows will be facing forward, makes it a little easier. So you're like, why do I need to keep my elbows close to me, right? It's going to help your wrists. It'll keep your wrists in better alignment. So just a couple more of these suckers. Maybe finding a little deeper back bend at this point. Still breathing. Maybe beginning to lift the thighs into an up dog. Maybe bringing the chin to the sky. Great. So last one, up dog cobra, baby cobra. And we'll come into an extended child's pose. Now you can have your knees as wide as you're comfortable with. So accommodate your body shape, your torso here. And we're going to walk the hands as far forward as we can until the elbows lift off the ground. So notice your breath. Notice how your back is expanding on the inhales. Notice that whole torso movement. The low belly, the center, the chest. Let that jaw relax, let the throat relax. Great. We're going to thread the right arm underneath the left. Keep the palm down and just rest the side of your head on the mat. If you have a little pillow near you, since you're at home, you can always place a little pillow on your head if that's a lot for your neck. And breathe. AirPod almost came out of my head. Notice the whole torso. Great. Let's inhale. Bring that right hand back to the top of the mat. And then exhale, left arm underneath the right arm. And soften. Both palms are facing down. Elbow is still lifted on that right arm. And just breathe. And you can observe the breath. You don't have to control it. Just let it do its thing. And just a few more breaths. Great. And let's bring that left arm to the top of the mat. You can place your elbows down this time. We'll make prayer hands. So join the palms and then bring them up to a little shark fin above your head. You can walk your elbows forward if you want. Let your chest get really heavy here. Notice the sides of your body. Great. Let's exhale. Place the hands down. We're going to inhale to a cow. Bring the chin towards the sky. See if you can tilt your rib cage towards the sky. And then exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Haha. Exhale, down dog. Great. Inhale, cow. Exhale, down dog. Good. Inhale, cow. You're like, what are you doing, lady? Exhale, down dog will hold. So getting those shoulders warmed up, getting the legs warmed up. And I want you to generously bend the left knee and just let the right heel begin to relax towards the mat. Even weight on the hands as much as you can. Oh, I was rhyming almost. Great, and we'll switch. So generously bend the right knee, let the left heel come towards the ground. Doesn't have to hit the ground. You're not doing it wrong if your heel doesn't touch. Great, both heels towards the ground. See if you can lift the hips as the heels come towards the ground. You're like, easier said than done, lady. Great, let's come into plank now. High or low plank, so you can always drop your knees if you'd like. Take one more big inhale here. And exhale, down dog. Great. Let's slowly walk the feet to the top of the mat. So feeling all the feels as we come here, right? Great. And let's grab opposite elbows and just hang. Let the head really hang here. Maybe sway left and right. Maybe pull the elbows towards the ground gently, feeling the sides of the body lengthen. Great. Switch your grip. So hold your arms the goofy way. It's all goofy. Welcome to my class where it's all goofy. Great. So let's release the hands, bend the knees generously, drop the head. Let's exhale. Oh my gosh, my cat just landed on the ground and went, hit. Hi, sweetie. So we're going to generously bend our knees. Exhale, roll up. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, fold forward. You can bend the knees and bring the ground to you. Inhale, halfway lift, look forward. Exhale, high plank, down to your belly. Goodness gracious. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, let those upper arms rotate away from the ears. Exhale. Inhale, let those fingers engage. Exhale. Inhale, let's look forward, bend the knees, step or hop to the top of the mat for halfway lift. Exhale, let's roll, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up, look up, really extend the arms straight. And exhale, palms at heart center. Again, inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high or low plank down to your belly. Keep those elbows close to you if you can. Up dog, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, soften your face. Exhale. That was not an insult. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees, step or hop for halfway lift. Fold. All the way up, look up, extend those arms. And palms at heart center. One more time, arms up, look up. Great, fold forward. Halfway lift, look forward. High or low plank, down to your belly. We're gonna stay here for just a moment. Great, place your hands by your hips here. Your feet and your pelvis will stay on the ground. Let all your air out. Inhale, lift your head, heart, and hands. And exhale down. We'll just do 5. Inhale up, lift, lift, lift. Exhale down. 3, press your pelvis and feet into the mat, lift and down. 4, lift and down. This time, lift. Go ahead and lift the feet too. Bring the hands in front of you and kick and flutter. You're like Superman in turbulent wind in 5, 4, 3, lift, 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 2, and 1. Bring it all the way down. Notice your heartbeat on the ground. Get very sensitive to yourself. Let the breath slow down. Great. Let's lift the feet. We'll just windshield wiper a couple times. That can be kind of tough on your back sometimes. Not in a bad way, just in a, hey, I used that. Great. Let's place the feet back down. We'll inhale to tabletop. Good. Exhale, down dog. Great. Let's look forward. Bend the knees. Step or hop. 2, halfway lift. Fold. Come all the way up. Really expand your reach. And palms at heart center. Great. Surya Namaskar. B now. Arms up. Inhale. Look up. Exhale. Fold. Inhale. Halfway lift. Look forward. Exhale. Hands down. Right leg back. Right knee down. Great. Inhale. Arms up. Look up. Great. Exhale. Down to your belly or low push up if you're feeling groovy. Great. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Down dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, right leg forward. Left knee down. Arms up. Look up. Great. Exhale. Hands back down. Halfway lift. So step up. Fold. All the way up. Look up. Hand palms at heart center, building some heat, huh? Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, look forward. Exhale, right leg back, right knee down. Inhale, arms up, look up, bend that front knee. And exhale, hands back down. Great. High plank or low plank down to your belly or chaturanga, low push up. And inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, right leg forward. Left knee down. Bring the arms up, look up, bend into that front. Great, hands back down. We'll step up for halfway lift. Fold. Bring it all the way up. And palms at heart center. Let's pause. Breathe, notice your feet. Maybe pick your toes up a few times. Notice your breath. So that whole undulating torso movement. You can always cue back in anytime you want. And check in with your mental temperature or your feeling tone. See if anything's shifted. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and blink our eyes open if they were closed. And inhale, bring your arms up to really make your arms expansive. Look up. Exhale, fold. We're going to switch it up a little this time, guys. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. Down to your belly or low push-up. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hold. We're going to bring that right leg in the air. Inhale, keep the hip closed. Exhale, knee to the chest in a plank. We'll just do these 3 times. Inhale up. Exhale, knee to chest. Great. Inhale up. Last one. Exhale, knee to chest. Great. And then drop the foot between the hands. Ta-da, high lunge. Great. So find your footing here. Find your balance. Press into that right heel. We'll come up to a high lunge. Awesome. So feel that nice stretch here. Now that back heel, you want it to be going straight back. So if your hips aren't facing forward, you're going to feel it more on the inside of the leg. You want to feel it at the top part of the leg. So just kind of feel your hips, make sure it's all forward here. And bring your arms up. High lunge. Great. Find your breath. Exhale, warrior two. So the back foot's at a 90. Knee stays over the ankle. Arms are far away from each other. Great. Let's drop that back hand straight down. And we're going to bring that right hand straight up. We're bending into the knee a little bit more today. Great. See if you can stack your shoulders to where your right shoulder is on top of your left shoulder. And reach with that right hand. Breathe. Awesome. Let's exhale, come into extended warrior. So the right elbow will either rest on top of the left knee as the left arm comes up. Once again, broadening through the chest here. The chest doesn't collapse. The shoulders expand. Now, if you're feeling good, you can bring the hand to the ground or come into a bind. So find your style for today, but I wouldn't suggest going down if that left shoulder starts coming forward. So keep your shoulders nice and stacked. I'm talking to distract you guys from how challenging this is. Great. So on your next inhale, press into that right heel. We're going to come back to warrior two. Awesome. Back to high lunge. So that back knee is going to face forward again. The heel is heavy. Perfect. So let's karate chop that left arm down. Hya. Bring the right arm open like a book. Keep the knee bent. Great. So on an exhale, that left hand is going to reach towards the ground. That right arm is in the air still. Great. Let's heel toe that right foot to the edge of the mat. So to the right side of the mat. Great. We're going to bring that right hand down on the inside of that right foot. So both hands are down. So it's kind of like a wide-legged high lunge. Great. And just feel this lunge here for a minute. Keep that knee up. I think some of you may know where we're going here. Great. And then drop that back knee. Wonderful. So we'll come into lizard lunge. Now this is lizard lunge. You can stay here. You can get on your elbows. You can keep that back knee lifted if you want extra challenge. But ultimately, we're going to, no matter where you are, this right foot, you're going to roll the foot towards the pinky side of the foot. So that hip will open up. So it'll look like this. So you're here, it'll roll open. So some people roll more, some people roll less. Just you do you. Great. So as you're finding your place, and take your time, there's no like ultimate destination, just find what feels yummy on your body. Notice the outside of that right hip. Notice that right glute. Notice the inside of the right leg. So the adductor there. That right calf. You may even notice on your left leg that top of that hip crease, that psoas area opening. See if anything can soften, even 5%. Deep breathing. So this is a yang and yin style practice. So we created a lot of heat, a lot of movement. And now we're having a longer hold. So that's the yin, the softness, the longer poses, where it's a little bit more mentally strenuous to not fidget, to not try and fix, but to just be and allow things to unfold. Just a few more breaths here, guys. Noticing that torso movement. Wonderful. So let's slowly begin to walk the hands up if you were on your elbows. Great. We'll begin to nicely peel that foot back up, the knee back up. Go ahead and tuck your back toe. We're going to lift that knee again and swing that right leg around to plank. Awesome. Great. So we're going to come down to our bellies, come to an up dog or cobra, and downward facing dog. And just notice the right side of your body versus the left side. Breathe. Great. We'll bring that left leg in the air. Exhale, knee to the chest. Inhale up. Knee to chest. Last time, leg up. Knee to chest. And go ahead and step through. Find your footing here. So find your buoyancy. And we're going to press into that left heel as we bring our arms up. Great. So notice that right hip crease, that right psoas area, getting that awesome stretch. Make sure your knee is facing forward on that back leg. Great. Exhale, warrior two. Great. Let's drop that right hand. Bring the left hand to the sky. Let the shoulders be really far away from each other. And we're going to bend into that front knee a little more than usual. So while you have that bend in that front knee, make sure you have nice contact with the outside of that right foot too. So two opposing feelings here. Great. One more big inhale. And then exhale, extended warrior. Great. That right hand can go wherever it wants here. So kind of sweep the air. Great. And once again, you can come into whichever version that you want. So if you want to bind, what you'll do is you'll drop the hand down. You'll bring that left hand sort of underneath the leg, flip that right hand behind you, and then try and grab the hands. Great. One more big inhale. Exhale it out. Great. Press into that left heel. We're going to come back to warrior two. Great. Inhale, high lunge. So pivot that back knee forward. Awesome. Karate chop with that right arm. We're going to bring that left arm open like a book. Shoulders drop down. Great. So we're going to bring that right hand to the ground. Heel toe that left foot to the outside of the mat. Great. And then we'll bring that left hand on the ground on the inside of the left foot. Wonderful. So just notice this wide-legged high lunge here. Notice the nice stretch. And you can find your version of lizard pose here. So once again, if you're up like this and you don't need to peel your hip open, you don't have to. But just see where you want to go. See what feels yummy. Sometimes just going to the beginning of the stretch is nice. You don't have to go to like, well, I know I can do this. Just start to let it unfold slowly. get through the surface layer of tension that you might not be aware of before so much is engaged that it's hard to know where to even start with softening. And breathe from that low belly, the center, and the chest, nice and slow. Noticing the hips, the fronts of the hips, the sides of the hips, noticing the glutes, pelvis, noticing the general feeling tone you're experiencing. And once again, you don't have to label that. You can just notice it as a pattern of energy in your body, meaning sometimes when you're angry, but it doesn't feel like rage, but it doesn't feel like this, or it doesn't feel like that. Like if you pause and just notice it, you might notice, like, oh, I feel tension in my forehead, or I feel like a tightness in my chest, or I feel, so sometimes these emotions don't have specific names and they don't have to. It can just be what it is. It's very limiting to put words on your emotions sometimes. Great. So very slowly begin to walk your hands back up if you were on your elbows. We'll slowly begin to bring the knee up. Ooh wee. Let's heel toe that foot back in. Oh, we didn't do that last time. That's okay. We'll tuck that back toe and we'll come into a high plank just for a moment here. And just swing your hips side to side. Nice little release. Just letting the hips sort of dip on either side. Just one more moment here. Great. Downward facing dog. Last down dog of the day. Yippee. Great. Let's go ahead and walk the feet back to about the center of the mat, actually. So we're about at the center of the mat, and then bring your hands to the shins. And you know what? You can just stand up. Awesome. So we're going to face each other here. And the last posture we're going to do is tree pose. So now that our hips are nice and open, let's ground our feet by lifting our toes a few times. So hello toes, if your hands start moving too, that's cool. Great. So we're going to shift our weight into that right foot. Find something in the distance that you can sort of gaze softly at. So let your eyes get really soft. I have a little dead flower over there, so I'm going to softly gaze. I'm going to bring that weight into my right foot and let that left heel just rest on the inside of that right foot. So if that's as far as you go for your tree pose today, totally cool, you're doing it. Now, if you want to proceed, maybe on every inhale, you let the foot slide up. You let the arms come out as a counterbalance. Breathe. Great. And if at some point you want to go to half lotus, that's okay too. So find where you are today. Now, something about half lotus that's a little tricky if you are in this posture, it's easy to kind of start sticking your butt out because of the pressure on the inside of the leg. Try to keep that tailbone heavy. And what that'll do is give you a little bit more of a stretch on the inside of the leg. So you see before, after, super goofy, right? Great. I hope you found a beautiful place for your branches of your trees. Maybe lifting your heart, letting the back of your neck get long by gently tucking the chin, allowing the face to be super soft. Great. One more big inhale. Exhale. Let's begin to, with control, release the foot to the ground. Good job. Great. Go ahead and find some movement, some neutralizing movement. This is generally mine between each tree pose. Quit hitting yourself. Right. And we'll go to the other side. So we'll begin to ground the feet. So same steps. We'll lift the toes and place them down. Place weight into that left foot and bring that right heel on the left ankle. Great. Notice your breath and allow the inhales to bring the foot up. And then the exhale is your opportunity to settle. So you sort of get a little heavier, get a little more stable on the exhales. Inhale, creep it up. Exhale, settle. Yeah. Take it slow. Take it wherever it wants to go. And remember the lotus, half lotus, to keep that tailbone heavy. You can bring your arms wherever you want to go. I'm a tree. I'm a pine tree. I'm a palm tree. I'm a weeping willow. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. It's very weird when I can't see you, so I just start rambling. Love you guys. Great. Just a couple more breaths here. Great. One more big inhale. And exhale with control. Slide that foot down or bring the foot down. Find whatever sort of neutralizing movement works for you today. Whee! I like to tuck my toes and kind of roll my ankle a little. Awesome. So we're going to, with a nice flat back, with our feet about hip width distance apart, just come into a little forward fold here. So you can grab your calves, your ankles, your big toes, or the outsides of your feet, and just gently pull the crown of your head towards the ground. If you're bending your elbows, try to bend them outside of your body. So to the left and to the right, I mean. Let the head be heavy. Breathe. Maybe even push the backs of your legs away from you. Gently, very gently. So that'll engage the quads a little. Great. Release the hands. We'll heel toe the feet a little bit wider than the hips. Toes are facing out. Hands are on the ground, and we're going to let the booty sink down. So malasana or garland pose or Buddha squat. So let's bring the palms together. Allow the spine to get a little taller so you're sort of pressing on the insides of the legs. Let the heels sink down as much as you can. Let that tailbone be really heavy. Really relax the heels. I understand not everybody's heels can touch the ground in this pose, so it is quite a stretch at times. You're not doing it wrong. Great. One more big inhale. Let's exhale, drop down, boop, boop, and come into happy baby. Great. So we'll bring our backs down, bring our knees towards the chest, bring our feet towards the sky. Remember, you can always grab your ankles or your calves. You don't have to grab your feet. So lots of hip stuff today, guys. And let the shoulders relax down. Let the eyebrows and eyes and jaw and mouth relax. Notice that whole movement of your torso. From the belly, the center part of the belly, the chest, See if you can sink just a little deeper into this posture, maybe pulling the knees towards the ground gently as the shoulders remain relaxed. Maybe bringing the feet slightly away from each other. Great. Go ahead and release and use the next few moments to just move the body in whatever way seems best for you in this moment. So I'm making knee circles, but you do you, whatever you need to nourish your body. So if you want to do a little twist, that's another suggestion. Or if you want something a little bit more restful but still stretchy, feet together, knees apart, and cactus arms or goddess arms is one of my go tos. So for about 5 or 6 breaths here, explore your own movement. Wonderful. So let's really slowly sort of creep our way into our Shavasana. Not creep in a creepy way, but creep like, just move slowly. Come on. Begin to extend the legs out long. Maybe take up extra space today if that feels good. Bring your arms wherever it feels peaceful. And your palms can be flipped up or flipped down, whatever feels nice. Great. Go ahead and take just a few extra deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Let the whole face be soft. In through the nose, out through the mouth. One more big inhale. And let it all go. Allow the area between your eyebrows to soften. Allow the tops of your cheeks, allow your jaw, your mouth, your tongue to all relax. Allow the back of your head to grow heavy. And notice your breath. Allow the next exhale to allow your head, your shoulders, and your arms to grow extra heavy. Notice your hips and glutes. Let those relax. And let your belly be very soft, allowing the breath to travel through the entire torso. Allow the tops of the legs, the thighs, the hamstrings, the knees, the shins, the calves, the feet and toes. Allow them all to relax. Take one more big inhale to the belly. And as you exhale, let your entire body sink down. Enjoy your Shavasana. I'll let you know when it's complete. So slowly, slowly begin to bring your awareness back to your breath, back to the cool air at the tip of your nose as you inhale, and the warm air escaping as you exhale. You can wiggle your toes and fingers, maybe shake your head. And on your next inhale, go ahead and extend your arms above your head. See how far your fingers can get from your toes. So big kitty cat stretch. Great. On an exhale, you can roll to one side. And on any old inhale, go ahead and come up to seated position. Great. While we're seated here, let's inhale. Bring the arms up one more time. Lift the chin. Breathe the day back to you. And exhale, palms at heart center. I hope you can take these peaceful feelings, this good movement, and the fact that we all did this together as a community. I hope you can bring that with you through your day. Namaste.